welcome to the Plymouth Ice Center for the championship game of the 2013 Channel 12 Turkey Trot Hockey Tournament, and a great matchup. Number 1 versus number 2 in the preseason rankings. It is the Edina Hornets taking on the Wayzata Trojans. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Dan Ficken. And Dan, it doesn't get a whole lot better than this. Yes, it's still November, but this is a great matchup early in the season.
You know what? Yeah, we got number 1, number 2. It don't matter. I mean, these two teams know each other. They don't like each other. They play very good hockey, and when they play very good hockey against one another, we get a great, great entertainment feature.
Real contrast in the team's semifinal games. Edina really pulled away and put Holy Family away, won 8-0. Meanwhile, for Wayzata, they had a thriller with Maple Grove, and I guess there's different schools of thought on which is better, to get that big test right away out of the way, or to just kind of breeze through it like Edina did.
Well, you know, I like Coach Giles' philosophy. He says, you know, we got a long way to go. We're kind of feeling each other out. We don't know what we got and all that bit. So don't get too shook up about what happens here, win or lose. But take advantage of the opportunity that's presented to you. You know, Edina did last night. When they got the thing going, boy, they put the pedal to the metal and went after it. Wayzata, I think, got snuck up upon by Maple Grove. They weren't expecting that game. And all of a sudden, they had to really pull it out of the fire here. And that was a good thing for them, too. Now, totally different game plan tonight for both teams. They know where they're at. Both have speed on this big rink. We're going to see a different type of game tonight.
Edina is certainly accustomed to really being the hunted, a team that everybody wants to beat. I think it's a little bit new for Wayzata, and you know how their kids handle that is going to be part of how this season develops for them too.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about the target on the back, and you know, we were talking to Coach O'Leary yesterday about that, and he said, well, they're just going to have to deal with it. That's the way it is, and a good way to start now. Get the heated rival, the state defending champion, here in your own frickin' house, and take it to them. Let's go to the woodshed. Let's play a little hockey tonight. That's what I'm expecting to see. I think Wayzata is going to be a little more motivated. It might have helped them better last night not to play as good a game as Edina did. So we'll see how that matches out. I expect a lot more physicality tonight, too.
We're going to see tons of skill, tons of speeds, a lot of hitting, and probably some great goals here tonight. Edina and Wayzata play for the Turkey Trot Championship, and it comes your way next, right here on 12 Sports.
Way to Go Sports is the way to go for high-quality brand name used sporting goods at low prices. We buy and sell quality used sports gear. So score some cash when you sell us your stuff, or save some cash when you buy ours. We are a family-owned store with something for the whole family.
Way to go for used bikes. Way to go for used lacrosse gear.
Way to go for all sports.
And way to go sports.
And we sharpen skates too.
Way to Go Sports in the Golden Valley Shopping Center, where buying sporting goods is fun and affordable.
'Tis the season. Give the gift of perpetual renewal. A Simonson Salon and Spa experience. From pedicures to massage to spa packages, excite everyone on your list with a Simonson Salon and Spa gift card. For instant gift cards, shop simonsons.com. Email or print, and you're done.
Simonsons.
In Maple Grove, Plymouth, and Anoka.
A Brooklyn Park church received some unwelcome visitors this past weekend.
Volunteers really do have their work cut out for them. They'll be inspecting 23,000 residential lots and city boulevards.
The problem began when the railroad decided to increase the train's speed. In the process, they had to raise a portion of the track over here.
Fire crews got a call around 4 Friday morning from a passerby alerting them to a deck fire.
This time, little lob for Winicky, trying to go up and get it. Touchdown!
Osseo, Crystal, and Plymouth. Channel 12 is your local source.
intercepted. This one looks like it could go for the touchdown.
Reed looks it away, and Hopkins advances.
Hello and welcome to a new season of Sports Champ.
Channel 12, your local source.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Channel 12's Community Corner puts the spotlight on your corner of the northwest suburbs.
We want to talk about some things happening around the city of Maple Grove.
New Hope's rinks are officially open.
This is the spot for the Golden Valley Rotary Club.
The City Council worked really hard not to have a tax increase.
You can instantly upgrade your wardrobe with a few simple accessories.
We're in Golden Valley today doing a little recycling.
Rediscover your corner of the northwest suburbs every day on Channel 12's Community Corner.
Maple Grove, New Hope, and Brooklyn Center. Channel 12 is your local source.
Intercepted. This one looks like it could go for the touchdown.
Reed looks it away, and Hopkins advances.
Hello and welcome to a new season of Sports Champ.
Channel 12, your local source.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. If you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills one person every hour. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
And welcome back here to a rapidly filling Plymouth Ice Center here as the top two teams in the AA preseason rankings meet up. Number 1, Wayzata, number 2, Edina. And as you said, Dan, and I was thinking the same thing earlier today, number 1 versus number 2 means a lot to everybody, but to these programs, playing each other means even more.
Oh, absolutely. They could care less what the rankings are right now. They want to go after each other. It isn't a conference game, but it's a conference game. You know, it's just a rival. And I think the other thing that comes into play, though, too, is that it's old versus the new. And Wayzata's been around a while, but they don't have the rep that Edina is. We talked about that last night a lot. And I'll tell you what, to knock Edina off, that's a feather in anybody's cap.
There's a look at Andrew Rokel, who gets the call again in net tonight for the Hornets. And Von Aaron's at the other end for the Trojans as both teams stick with the goalies that won them semifinal contest here. No surprise there. Kiefer Bellows will face it off here with Jack Sorensen of Wayzata to get things started. And we are underway in the Turkey Trot Championship for 2013. Edina controlling early, and Nanny sends it on in.
And get crunched for the effort.
Yeah, we'll see plenty of hitting tonight, I'm sure. Sorensen controlling and now swings it around to Chandler Lindstrand for Wayzata. Lindstrand working his way out to center. He's knocked off the puck with a solid check there from Garrett Waite, but controlled by Chad Olson. Follow-up by Sorensen. That's off the blocker that time of Rocco. Sorensen gathers it in the corner. Here's Freitag putting it, trying to go out front, but Olsen's stick was lifted and it goes all the way down the rink. Lindstrand back to get it as Wayzata will change up with their second unit out. Nanny back in to gather it here for the Hornets. Nice breakout pass across. Masterman coming up hard up the right wing for the Hornets. Puts it out front. That one's behind everyone though. And a solid check thrown, but the Trojans get it back out to center. A little bit behind Luke Patterson, however. And brought in here by Fiddler, who had a great game last night for Edina. Now down low and a shot just wide off the stick of Masterman. Trojans able to get it on out to center, but that's as far as it'll go and dumped right back in behind Aarons. Controlled there by Alec Hemingway for Wayzata. Through the middle as Senden avoids a hit. Mark Senden now will drop it back. Gets the return pass down low. Senden puts it off the outside of the cage. Hustling in there is Billy Duma for the Trojans. Knocked back around and now controlled by Bowlby for Edina. Henry Bowlby up the right wing, and he's rubbed off the puck as the Hornets are changing behind him. Chase Heising bringing it out to center for Wayzata. Off the stick though of its intended target, Senden. Hornets looking to reverse it and come back out, but they lose the handle. Hops down to the corner there. First to it is Zulsdorf. Now they get it broken out right up the middle. Here comes Cullen Rash. Rash going hard to the outside. Flips the pass. Swing and a miss. Second try. Those right on, and Aarons is saved.
Nice save, by the way. That's a good first one for Aarons. Boy, they got one right on the mat on him.
Edina physical early in this first period here and with good effect. Now Olsen controls it for Wayzata. Able to thread it through to Sorensen. Sorensen forced way out wide, and he takes a bump there from a strike. Turnaround try here, a save, the rebound loose. Sorensen then knocked down. It was fluttering, and he was reaching back. He just couldn't quite get control as Rocco was tested right there. Solid shoulder check by Freitag at center, and then dumped back into the Wayzata zone. Aarons out to stop it, loses it. Briefly it was an empty cage there, but Edina couldn't get it out front. Back out to center ice, and the Hornets will turn and relay it right back in. Fast pace to this one early on. Lindstrand knocked right off the puck on a clean check down in the corner there by Parker Mismatch. Wayzata having a little bit of trouble breaking it out, and they do so again. Puck taken away. Munson drops it over, and the shot over the top by Mismatch. This time they do get it out. Freitag, but they're 2-on-5 right, or 2-on-4 right there. And then the pass sent back. Wayzata changing up and slow to get to the zone. Now dumped right back in. Rocco will watch it go, and picked up there by Nanny as he flicks it out to Munson. Munson, nice little pass. Bellows, and his shot is denied there by Jake Molk. Now Wayzata back the other way, a little behind Senden, however. Senden does get a shot away and a stick save and directed into the netting there by Rocco. There's a look at Kurt Giles, and I was joking that Kurt just seems so matter-of-fact before a game like this, and then I thought about it more. When you played in the Stanley Cup Finals, I'm guessing the Turkey Trot Championship probably doesn't really faze you.
Yeah, he doesn't look too real intense about it. But I'll guarantee you, we both know he is intense. He's done a great job with this program, boy.
Off the face-off, Trojans control it. Here's a high shot, and it hits off the top of the dasher board there and pops up in the air. Fight for it down in the corner. Hornets with Waite controlling, then lost it, and Heising brought it back in offside and then paid the price.
Ben Foley just coming up big time on that. Big hit. You can see just the tail end of it there. They try to keep it in, but you know, we got 12:42. We've had hardly any whistles. We've watched two very good hockey teams, you know, just going up and down the ice at a fantastic pace. It's just great to watch, and it's great playing in this big rink too early, Jay. It lets them skate. They don't get stuck in these narrow little holes or alleyways, so to speak.
Here's Freitag lining it up, and that one's deflected up way over the top of the net. Face-off coming up in Edina's zone, and there's a look at Pat O'Leary, obviously a lot younger than Kurt Giles, not as much experience as a coach, but obviously had some great experience as a player himself, and worked his way into this role as an assistant here with the Trojans to Carl Davis, and then took over, and obviously he's done a very good job as well.
Oh, he's restructured this whole program. He's got him all. He took him to the promised land last year with one exception. Didn't win it all.
Batted on out by the Hornets, and Wayzata will regroup with Alex Stevens. Banked out to center. Sorensen carrying it in. Puts on the brakes, looking to get it to Freitag. Now he drops it back out to the point. Ooh, and a rocket from the point there by Stevens right into the catching glove of Rocco.
And Rocco's just picking up where he left off last night. I'm not sure he was tested that much, but a great shot by Stevens coming in and bang. But so far, he's had 2 good scoring chances on there. He's shut down tightly, and on the other side, Ahrens has done a good job on the big one he had.
Well, is that another face-off win? We've got a penalty coming up, though. We're going to get an interference call against the Trojans. I think you had a case of somebody shielding off to after that face-off, going after somebody to make sure they couldn't disrupt a pass back. Heising will go for interference.
Well, that D up at the top was wide open for a shot, and nobody was really pressuring him. So we let the Hornet hockey team that has not practiced the power play yet during practice, Jay, go to work.
Wayzata's been solid on face-off so far. They win this one, but can't get it out of the zone. Kicked over to the corner here. Hornets looking to get set up. Down low they come with it. Malmquist rather. There's a shot into the W on the jersey of Ahrens, and then Fiddler took a little whack at the goaltender, and Alex Stevens took exception to that and knocks him down. Interesting to see if we have any penalties coming out of this.
Well, Tyler Nanny up at the top of the point doing what he does, letting that cannon of a wrist shot go. Oh, there was a little nitpicky there, wasn't there?
Doesn't look like they're going to take anybody, though. Just going to stay where we're at, so still a power play here for Edina. Knocked out of the zone on the face-off. Nanny will retreat into the Hornets zone to gather it up.
I wonder if somebody talked to Mr. Nanny last night about hitting the 6-foot by 4-foot net, because that first shot, he hit it dead square.
Dumped on out by the Trojans. Nanny will come back to get it. We were discussing last night. Nanny, great hands and great shot, but he was a little spraying it a little around the rink on some of his shots last night. Later on, though, he had a couple of real quality shots. Trojans get control and sent down the rink there by Brian Mahout, one of the captains for the Trojans. About halfway through this Edina power play. So far, so good for Wayzata. Haven't really allowed anything decent for the Hornets. They'll ring it around and give chase to the corner. Lindstrand coming off the wall with it nicely for Wayzata, and he'll flip it into the Hornets zone. Zulsdorf back to gather it here, and Edina looking to get ahead of steam up ice with Fiddler. Fighting it out with Lindstrand, and they battle, and looks like no penalty out of it. Foley able to keep it in there for Edina. Now across, drop back to Nanny at the point. Malmquist. Lindstrand's playing without a stick. Shot right on Ahrens and then cleared all the way down the rink. That initial little skirmish cost Lindstrand his stick, so he was playing without it, and they were shorthanded. Now Fiddler putting it out front, deflected wide by Munson, and the penalty time is now over. Wayzata back to full strength, and they kill it off.
Really nice penalty kill there. Nice and organized. They did a good job. They kept everything outside. I think Edina got 2 shots on that. Or just that one from Manor, but we mentioned physicality. The refs are letting it go because the kids are letting it go. They're not continuing or getting stupid. They're playing it out, and then they're letting go of each other, and that'll keep you out of the box, but let you play physical.
Munson picks it up and sends it on in. Now Ahrens will drop it off alongside for Hank Sorensen. Didn't get much on that one, but it does get out to center anyway. Sam Fuss there to Munson, who will tip it on in and give chase. And a solid check. possibly a little bit surprised. Edina's out-hit Wayzata, I think, in the early going. There have been checks both ways, but overall, Hornets have gotten the better, but now a penalty is coming up right here. And this will be against Edina, and it's going to be a slash.
A little frustration retaliation here. We'll take a look at it coming in. There's been some good hitting.
Bellows is going to go for the slash.
There
right
it is.
There, yep.
Yep. Not a wise move at all. They've really clamped down on that, Jay. You and I have noticed over the past 3 years that any type of really hard hit, you're going to get a slashing call. Well, Wayzata gets a chance to go on the power play here.
Off the draw, controlled here by Rash. Rash turning on the Jets, short-handed, he comes to the net. And Ahrens makes the stop and hangs on. Boy, Rash really showed some speed there. Wayzata's D, I think, was caught off guard a little bit. It wasn't that he had a step on him when it started out, he just accelerated past.
He really did. The Jets went on. There was about a third or fourth gear there. That's a little scary.
Wayzata controls the face-off here. Lindstrand will quarterback this power play here for the Trojans. Over to Sorensen. Sorensen up front. It deflects off a defenseman and nearly went in. Then a follow-up try hops over the net. Jack Sorensen, then they relay it around. Freitag puts it out to Lindstrand at the point. Now Zimmer, who had the game winner for Wayzata in OT last night. Around it comes, and a shot juggled a little bit by Rokel off the stick of Alex Stevens. There was somebody out front with a stick trying to disrupt Rokel there, and he didn't catch it quite cleanly, but able to hang on.
Well, good feed to Stevens there, who really let it go, and he's got a hammer. He can shoot the puck. But Rokel out cool control. He's in a good position. He wasn't out of position either way. He was squared up to it. Nice catch.
Minute 20 to go in the Wayzata power play. No score on the board here. The Turkey Trot Championship for 2013. And Edina and Wayzata meeting for the title as they did a season ago when Edina took it. Right up the middle. Freitag cut off though. Nanny banks it off the glass and it stops at center after it hits the official. But Wayzata changing up. Nanny will get to it again, and ooh, he sends that one into the bench. He's had a heck of a time getting it out. First one hit the official. That one sent right at his teammates.
Saw about 7 bodies just kind of flinch at once there. Of course, anytime Nanny gets his stick on the puck, be aware.
Wayzata able to control the drop, but the pass back is kind of between the D-men there, and Hemingway will have to chase it down here for the Trojans. 8 minutes to go in the first period now, 45 seconds in the man advantage for Wayzata. Hornets pick it up, and then that back pass well read and intercepted there nicely by Mark Sendon. But Wayzata having trouble getting out of their own zone here on the power play right now.
I was really impressed with the Dennis power play last night. I'm very impressed with their penalty kill right now, Jay. They're not letting them get anything going. They've had 1 shot. That's it.
Well, and here we come with a possible short-handed. Malmquist to the net, fires, and just over the top of the cage. As he tried to beat Ahrens, the D-man played for the pass. I'm going to say their penalty kill, I think a lot of it starts with just being such good skaters. I mean, let's face it, speed can put you in position to make plays, but also doing the right thing on most occasions too. They got a lot of hockey sense out there. Now the Trojans penalty time to Edina has ended, so back to 5 skaters, and now Edina with a chance back the other way here as Bellows comes in but loses it. Lindstrand and Bellows fight for it. Bellows got it back. Trying to go back out to the point here to Pugh. Calvin Pugh sending it toward the net, bounces around, turnaround try here. Ahrens a save and then a big rebound attempt. Pretty good opportunity for Garrett Waite there, and now Lindstrand picks it up for the Trojans. Flipping it ahead, Zimmer tees it up, stick save there by Rokel. Sent around back the other way here. Pugh chasing after it for the Hornets as Wayzata finishing up a change. Nice pass ahead to Mahu. Carrying it in, lost it a little bit, and then the pass behind. Wayzata just a little bit off tonight on some of their rushes. Haven't really been super sharp so far.
Well, Edina's doing a real good job of pressing at the blue line or just inside. They're not giving them any room to operate whatsoever, except wide. They're not going to give you the middle. And I think you're right. Edina's a little quicker tonight. They're skating a little bit stronger.
Jack Sorensen trying to fight off a check there. Not quite able to do it. Bounces out. Knocked back down low. Sorensen has it hop over his stick. Calvin Pugh is going to get there first as Wayzata was changing up. And now Edina wants to change as well, and Pugh will just dump it on in. 5:40 to go here in a fast pace, but scoreless first period. Now Wayzata on the rush. Nice poke check there. Olsen trying to get it back. Following up there is Senden, but not able to keep possession. Senden puts a shoulder in, nearly took it back, but not quite able to do so. Dumped to the corner. Heavy checks thrown there. Got mostly glass though. Hornets trying to dig it off that wall and get something going from back there. Now the pass intercepted alongside the net by Alex Stevens. Well, you're not getting a lot of time to decide what to do with the puck if you get possession there, are you?
And you're on an Olympic-sized sheet of ice too. I mean, that's how quick these two teams are. Especially the Hornets. They're really moving well, but you know, it's just fun to watch this early as the pace and the speed are going. The question is, can they take it the whole 51 minutes of this game?
Rash will face off here, and he'll draw with Mark Senden. Puck play to the corner, and more heavy hitting down there. Trojans able to come out of there with it now. Heising carrying it. Heising getting to the front. Here's Heising, a shot and a nice stop by Rocco. Heising did a heck of a job turning the corner there.
Yes, he did.
Now another opportunity and a nice save there. Sorry, Deanna, as Billy Duma gets a great attempt. Pops back into the Hornet zone here, and they'll regroup across to Sam Fusen. Nice pass. Rash dropping it over on the right side. Here's that shot, but a good shot blocked by Hank Sorensen. Jake Molk back to gather for Wayzata. He takes a hit for his troubles. And they'll battle and get it out to center ice. Olsen flipping it to the corner and is going to chase it himself.
That was a nice small detail play by Olsen. Now he took his body and just glanced the Hornet right off that puck and got control and got it out.
And he gaining control here for Edina. Forced back though, and they would have been offside, so he'll go again. Drops it over to Fiddler, and he'll play it around looking for Masterman. Jabbed away from him into the corner though. Teams have been kind of canceling each other out. It's not been a ton of great chances because of how well that they're able to close defensively here too.
They really have. They're not getting clean looks, and you know what happens is someone's got to make a magic move like Miguel Fiddler did last night to get him out the truckers. It's got to be a team tic-tac-toe type play.
Fiddler controlling. Now they go to the corner with it. Malmquist takes a check there. And lofted high in the air. Annie coming back to get it. He'll chop it back out to center and controlled there by Masterman. Masterman getting a return from Malmquist, but overskated it. And now overskated again. One-on-one Freitag. Fires and a nice block right into the ankle of Meyer. And then Freitag is knocked down. Malmquist.
That was close. That was close.
Battle right in front of the Edina bench, and there's a lot of heavy checking going on now. Lindstrand controlling it. And flip back out. Maxwell gathers for Wayzata, jabbed away. And here come the Hornets now with Waite. Waite putting it out front, just didn't connect there with Munson. And overskated. Wayzata coughs it up. Little back pass there behind its intended target, Garrett Waite. Down low with it. Here is Bellows. We're trying to put it out front. Now Munson controls it. 2:05 to go in the first period. And Munson had it slip off his stick. Looks like we're going to have a penalty call coming up. It appears we are. The trail referee up top is going to call a hook. And it's going to be Chandler Lindstrand that'll go for hooking here for Wayzata. So Edina to the power play.
You know, it's kind of what we call a lazy penalty. And I don't know if Chandler was being lazy. They're running around so much in the defensive zone. Sometimes your legs just get tired and you're just trying to do the best you can and reach out and grab, and sometimes with that stick.
Malmquist into the circle, drops it down low. Gets the return pass. And again, dropping it out for Fiddler, and then misfire, and the second try hits the outside of the pad of Ahrens. And then Wayzata able to clear it, and Nanny will come back to get it for Edina.
First part play, they worked up high. This one, they kind of switched it down low, working for the backdoor play, and they almost got it that time.
Salzdorf carrying it in here for the Hornets. Drops it back. Nanny swinging it around. Malmquist, wide open chance. No, not for long, and that one broken up and dumped back out. Penalty time and period time remaining are just 1 second different here. Without for Nanny, here's his shot. That one is blocked down in front as we go under a minute to play in this period. Salzdorf chasing it down here for Edina. Fiddler will carry it on in. Lowers the shoulder, goes toward the net. Ahrens is save, and then the net comes off as the check thrown.
Fiddler got a little bit of magic there. Geez, what a nice little move to get inside. He was in a little too tight, but look at the move here. Gets in low, comes in, gets that stick inside, looks for that short side, maybe find the 5-holer, go up high and slip it inside the post. I think last night he was by far the best player for the Hornets, but
off the draw, Edina getting control here. And that one intercepted by Senden, and he'll backhand it down. It's been a good penalty kill again for Wayzata. You don't want to have to go, to do that very often, but they've been good on the PK so far.
Edina's got no real good looks or real good shots. Nice.
Now, having said that, I think overall it's definitely been more of an Edina period than Wayzata.
Agreed.
Hornets with Nanny, a drive and a blocker save, and a great one by Ahrens, and this should eat up most of the remaining time as we come back into the Hornets zone. 3 seconds, and they're just going to let the period come to an end. So the penalty time is now over to Lindstrand. The period is also over here as we have completed our first 17 minutes of hockey here in the championship of the Turkey Trot Tournament. Edina nothing, Wayzata nothing after one. We will continue with our live coverage here on 12 Sports of the Turkey Trot Tournament here at the Plymouth Ice Center.
Way to Go Sports is the way to go for high-quality brand name used sporting goods at low prices. We buy and sell quality used sports gear, so score some cash when you sell us your stuff or save some cash when you buy ours. We are a family-owned store with something for the whole family.
Way to go for used bikes. Way to go for used lacrosse gear.
Way to go for all sports.
And Way to Go Sports.
And we sharpen skates, too.
Way to Go Sports in the Golden Valley Shopping Center, where buying sporting goods is fun and affordable.
0-0 after one. Let's go down ringside now to John Jacobson.
With Kurt Giles, head coach of the Edina Hornets. No score after a period. Coach, your thoughts after your team's play here after one?
Good hockey game. I mean, second game of the season against a real good Wayzata team, and kids are hanging in there, so it's a good sign.
Scoreless game last night after one when I talked to you, and you guys pop in 8 goals the second and third period. Did that surprise you, the margin of victory they had against a Holy Family team that's better than an 8-0 loss?
No, there's no question they are. I mean, we just kind of got things going a little bit last night. I wouldn't hold my breath for 8 goals against Wayzata, though. So it's a good hockey game. It's a good test for our kids. It's early in the season. Wayzata is a big, physical, strong team, so that's what we need for our test moving forward.
You got some new kids to varsity hockey this year. I guess you do every year, but maybe more this year than usual. How important was it for them to get their legs under them and get that first game out of the way last night?
Well, I think it's important last night, but I think, again tonight, what's a big test for them is against a real good hockey team in Wayzata. It's funny because these kids have been competing against each other since they're in squirts and peewees. Wayzata and Edina have always had good rivalries and all along through the youth program. So this is a pretty good rivalry game for them. It's got a lot of emotion in it, and I think the kids are doing well.
How much do they enjoy this? It's only the second game of the year. It's not a section final. It's not a state tournament game. You got a big house, and it's 1 versus 2.
high school hockey is an awful lot of fun. You know, it's fun to be a kid in high school hockey in Minnesota, and I think it's wonderful.
Coach, good luck the rest of the night.
Thank you.
Kurt Giles, head coach of the Edina Hornets. No score in the championship game of this game between Wayzata and Edina. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more of our first intermission on Channel 12 after this timeout.
Maple Grove, New Hope, and Brooklyn Center. Channel 12 is your local source.
Intercepted. This one looks like it could go for the touchdown.
Reed looks it away and Hopkins advances. Hello and welcome to a new season of Sports Champ.
Channel 12, your local source.
Welcome back here to the Plymouth Ice Center for Turkey Trot Hockey. The championship game is scoreless after one period here, Edina and Wayzata, and we're going to see a dynamite winter on the ice in boys and girls hockey, certainly in this 2013-2014 season. We also saw great soccer seasons in the fall, and this past week on our Sports Jam show on 12 Sports, John Jacobson and I released our all-area teams for girls and boys soccer. Let's take a look now at the boys soccer all-area team.
We'll start our team with a great group of forwards. Breck's number 25, senior Alex Hasselbring, had a great season for the Section 6A runner-up Mustangs. The first-team All-State pick had 22 goals and 5 assists and was a dominant physical player. Number 9, Patrick Pay of Osseo had a very strong senior season for the Orioles. Pay earned all-conference and team MVP honors, scoring 12 goals with 9 assists.
And he scores!
Number 11, Nick Wilson, helped Heritage Christian Academy to its best season yet. The MCAA Player of the Year, Wilson had 17 goals and 22 assists while earning all-state honors. He played in the Senior Classic. Number 7, Munir Peterson Darbaki is a super quick attacker for Prairie Seeds Academy. He led the Lycans into the state class AA tournament with a team-high 26 goals, along with 21 assists. Darbaki earned all-state tournament team recognition.
Keeper. Oh, it hit a defender.
Check out the goal of the year. Number 12, Tyler Furry of Heritage Christian had this and plenty of other great plays. Furry netted 22 goals with 13 assists. The 3-time All-Conference and Senior Classic pick helped the Eagles to reach their first section final.
Heritage on the board.
Our midfielders include number 10, Kevin Hoof of Maple Grove. The junior had a very strong season for the Northwest Suburban Conference and Section 5 AA runner-up Crimson. Excelling on corner kicks, Hoof had 8 goals and 4 assists and is a great playmaker.
One more time. Nice arc, hooking.
Number 25, Lewis O'Connor of Wayzata makes our squad after a solid junior season. The All-Lake Conference and Honorable Mention All-State pick had 6 goals and 12 assists for the Section 6 AA runner-up Trojans.
Shot and he scores.
Number 5, Aliu Kamara of Prairie Seeds was a steadying influence as a midfielder and occasional defender. Kamara had 11 goals and a team-high 25 assists for the Lycans and made the all-tournament team at state. Our defenders are led by Park Center's Eddie Sadie. The all-conference and all-state pick has plenty of offensive skill, but the Pirates needed him as a defender, and team MVP Sadie excelled. He also chipped in with 2 goals and 4 assists.
It's an incredible save to kick the ball out.
Number 16, Scott Iyer, earned team MVP honors for Wayzata. A great 1v1 defender and strong in the air, Iyer had 3 goals for the Trojans. Our goalkeepers include Totino Grace's dynamic Brandon Hilliard. The senior posted 8 shutouts on the way to earning All-Metro and All-State honors. An opposing coach calls Hilliard the best keeper in the state in either class.
Wilson cuts it back in. Hilliard can't handle, goes.
Maple Grove junior Ben Nelson had a superb season in net as well. He posted 8 shutouts and a 0.77 goals against for the Crimson and was a key reason for their success. It's a great group, the Sports Jam boys soccer team.
And congratulations to all the boys and girls named to our all-area soccer teams this fall. 0-0 Edina and Wayzata in the championship of the Turkey Trot Tournament. We will be back with more of our first intermission and then drop the puck for period 2 coming up in just a moment.
A Brooklyn Park church received some unwelcome visitors this past weekend.
Volunteers really do have their work cut out for them. They'll be inspecting 23,000 residential lots and city boulevards.
The problem began when the railroad decided to increase the train's speed. In the process, they had to raise a portion of the track over here.
Fire crews got a call around 4 Friday morning from a passerby alerting them to a deck fire.
This time, little lob for Winnicky, trying to go up and get it. Touchdown!
A scoreless game after one period here tonight, and not a ton of great chances, but definitely some good play in that first period. And we'll look at some highlights here. Edina getting some speed going here up the left side, short-handed that was for Cullen Rash. Denied there by Aarons. Here's a slapper that's juggled and held onto by Rocco on the heavy shot from Stevens. And the Hornets with an opportunity here on the Malmquist try. That one did not miss by much, just over the top of the crossbar. And we look at our shots in the first period, a slight edge for Wayzata, which I'm not too sure that is a little home cooking, possibly. It didn't feel like that anyway from watching. Hornets penalized once, Wayzata took 2 penalties for 4 minutes. We'll take one more timeout, then come back here with our second period here as the Hornets and the Trojans battle for an early season trophy here at the Turkey Trot Tournament.
Way to Go Sports is the way to go for high-quality brand name used sporting goods at low prices. We buy and sell quality used sports gear, so score some cash when you sell us your stuff or save some cash when you buy ours. We are a family-owned store with something for the whole family.
Way to go for used bikes. Way to go for used lacrosse gear.
Way to go for all sports.
And way to go sports.
And we sharpen skates too.
Way to Go Sports in the Golden Valley Shopping Center, where buying sporting goods is fun and affordable.
'Tis the season. Give the gift of perpetual renewal. A Simonson Salon and Spa experience. From pedicures to massage to spa packages, excite everyone on your list with a Simonson Salon and Spa gift card. For instant gift cards, shop simonsons.com. Email or print, and you're done.
Simonsons.
In Maple Grove, Plymouth, and Anoka.
Osseo, Crystal, and Plymouth. Channel 12 is your local source.
Intercepted. This one looks like it could go for the touchdown.
Reed puts it away and Hopkins advances. Hello and welcome to a new season of Sports Jam.
Channel 12, your local source.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Channel 12's Community Corner puts the spotlight on your corner of the northwest suburbs.
We want to talk about some things happening around the city of Maple Grove.
New Hope's rinks are officially open.
This is the spot for the Golden Valley Rotary Club.
The City Council worked really hard not to have a tax increase.
You can instantly upgrade your wardrobe with a few simple accessories.
We're in Golden Valley today doing a little recycling.
Rediscover your corner of the northwest suburbs every day on Channel 12's Community Corner.
Maple Grove, New Hope, and Brooklyn Center. Channel 12 is your local source.
Intercepted. This one looks like it could go for the touchdown.
Reed looks it away and Hopkins advances. Hello and welcome to a new season of Sports Champ.
Channel 12, your local source.
We get set to drop the puck for period number 2 here as the Hornets and Trojans do battle. And Wayzata, I thought, was okay but not great in that first period. Dan, I thought they were outplayed a little bit.
I would agree with you 100%. I thought they were too, despite what the shots say. Edina created some more opportunities, I thought, had a little more jump on their skates and controlled the puck a lot more, created some better opportunities. So we'll see the kind of adjustments they make here for the Trojans. But so far, good game, good pace, back and forth, kind of what we expected. Physical play was there too. Both teams going to have to cut down on the penalties. I think a little too much of that, because sooner or later someone's going to break through.
Fiddler out there waiting to get this puck drop right away here for the Hornets. He's eager to get going for a second period. And of course, as Lake Conference members, these teams will be meeting a couple of more times for sure. And you never know beyond that. So certainly a rivalry. That's one thing, though, that a lot of times teams don't especially want to play a conference team again early in the season. But I've never really heard either of these coaches say that they mind. It's just, it's a good opponent to take on. So they're not really concerning themselves with getting too familiar with an opponent like this.
Well, I think timing's important, though, too. I think beginning of the season, they don't mind. I don't think they want to see each other during a holiday tournament. That's another test period where you're looking at outside competition and trying to find out who outside your conference in your area is good. So you want to play a Roseau or a Duluth East or a team like that.
They'll play again on January 18th here at Plymouth Ice Center, and then Thursday, February 6th over at Braemar as far as the regular season games. Of course, the Lake having so few teams, they really don't start conference play for quite a while yet. Hornets controlling it here early in the second period. Tipped away, Jack Sorensen pops it back out to center. Nanny relaying it, but Fiddler was still way offside there and has to touch up.
Was that an ice? Yes, it was. This is just behind the red line. Well, did we see a single icing in the first period, Jay? I don't think we did we?
Not that I can remember.
No.
I think you were seeing both teams realize that, kind of the skill of the other, and we're not taking a lot of chances with long home run type passes. It was more, let's get it out with short passing and just good solid fundamental play too.
Which they're both very good at, yeah.
Race for it here, centering pass. That one's broken up. Follow try by Zimmer. Is it in? Yes. Finally crosses the goal line, and the Trojans are on the board.
Oh my gosh. I'm sure the Trojans don't mind, but we're watching really good back and forth hockey, and then kind of a dribble goal goes in. You're kind of expecting a tic-tac-toe or spectacular play, but they just ground this one in here. Defense turned it over.
The Hornets couldn't clear. Zimmer gets the shot. Now it's rolling. It's laying there right near the goal line and pushing it across. Still hard to tell for sure who it was. Looked like they might have been congratulating Patterson.
Yeah, I think Luke Patterson got it. Get a better angle here.
It looked like the initial momentum might have been enough to get it to go in, but maybe not. And looks like Patterson did reach out and knock that one across. So
it looked like he went down with a stick hooked down, and when the defenseman pushed him back, it kicked the puck loose from Rocco and went in. And I think that's why they allowed it. Well, here we go there now. Oh boy.
Trojans get on the board first.
I'd be willing to bet we're going to watch about 2 minutes of Hornet domination right
now. It is Patterson's goal, first career goal. And Zimmer will get the lone assist at 1:14 for Wayzata.
Well, Aaron's, the response has been met. The Hornets came through big time with a lot of pressure. Still got the puck inside the Wayzata zone. Aaron stood up pretty good, kept it out, kind of directed it behind his net, tried not to let it get out in front where they get a good run at it.
And now dropped over to Heising and back.
Whoa.
And the shot goes just wide of the mark. Back out to the point, and that one skips around. All the way down the ice it comes, and we'll get an icing call.
Well, good response there by the Trojans. If they got the puck stopped in their zone, picked up the faceoff, got it out in a nice breakout play, got down deep, got a little bit of a shot off, and then pressure down ahead of ice and trying to get out.
Off the draw, Zimmer's shot skips off a skate, goes just wide. I think Wayzata really energized a little bit by that goal. And the coaches are always telling kids too, there's a shot on net that, you know, yeah, it's nice to get some pretty ones, but a lot of times those are the type of goals that you're going to have to get along the way. The ones that trickle through, the ones that hit a skate, the ones that you fall down and just get a little piece of it.
Well, it's like we talked about before. It doesn't say garbage goal, doesn't say trickle goal, whatever. Just get the thing in the net. But I think you're right. It's energized Wayzata.
Puck carried by Rash. Plays it off the boards to himself, but then his pass bounces a little bit past Bowlby.
That little guy can motor, can't he, Rash? Holy buckets.
Hornets try to bring it out of the corner here, back down for Patrick Haug. Now Haug gets it back. Leaving it there for Rash. Able to come away with it, but his pass knocked away. Back out to the point. Hornets able to keep it in. And then sent to the line, but not out. Meyer fires, and Ahrens has to be ready for that one. Trojans a little frustrated, not able to get it out. They were still playing good positional D, not allowing much, but not able to break it out there either.
Well, fundamentally, they're ready for breakdowns as well as breakouts, so to speak. And I think that's true of both teams. And you're going to have momentum swings here now, and maybe the little flush of the goal wore off, and the Hornets now are responding again.
It's a good point. Expect breakdown. I mean, you play confidently, but you have to at the same time have in the back of your head that, hey, there's going to be times when something doesn't go right on this breakout. I need to be in position to back it up.
Oh, it's why fundamentals are so important. It is absolutely, because hockey you set up as, you know, backup safeguards, whatever. What's your secondary system? What's going to happen if it gets past here? What happens if it gets past here? You teach that all the time.
That pass off target is going to result in an icing call against the Hornets, and we will come back into the Edina zone here. 13:26 to play in the middle period. Wayzata 1 and Edina nothing, as they've just broken through on the goal from Luke Patterson, the sophomore.
What I like about these two teams, too, and then teams of this caliber, it's little things that make all the difference. If you make a little mistake, the puck usually ends up in your net, and both these teams are capable of doing it, as we just saw. I mean, just a little mistake out of the corner there, and bang, a turnover. Wayzata gets it in the net.
Centering pass here, just a little behind, and the second opportunity was an even better one. Now pushed down to the corner by Pugh. Mismatch coming out of there with it. Trying to go to the net, but couldn't beat the stick of Mark Senden. Now Pugh, and knocked in off of Pugh's stick. It'll come right to the goaltender, who has a little trouble with it there, Rocco. Wayzata was changing though, so plenty of time to get back and regroup. Now Lindstrand picks it up for the Trojans, trying to go long with it. Just did not connect with Luke Patterson. There's what I was talking about a little bit earlier, although sometimes those are a little bit of fool's gold. You see somebody really open.
Good opportunity here for the Hornets, my gosh. Just a little tip and went a little bit wide. But they're always sniffing. You never know when it's going to happen. I like about both these teams.
Zimmer coming back to play it, and he will lift it out to center. It bounces past, and a chance now for Wayzata. Nice save by Rocco on Patterson. Sometimes those high floating passes can be scary ones for D, and they didn't really play that one especially well. Now rolling back the other way. Mahout giving chase, trying to put it out front. Nanny blocked that. Zimmer had his pass broken up. Make that Foose 22 rather than 23 back there. Fight for it along the wall here. Olsen kicking it to his stick and then had it knocked away. Trojans getting it set up. Zimmer with a big drive and a bad save by Rocco. Kept it down low and allowed for a rebound. Malmquist coming up with it. Back out to the point and then sent wide of the net. Whoa! Aarons was ready as they had that one set up. I think that was by design there off the end wall back to Fiddler, waiting on the weak side. This was nice.
I would agree that D was looking for it. He bounced out there. Fiddler sitting on the far side of the net, boy, I tell you. That's dangerous city when he's sitting there.
11:34 to go, and Wayzata's broken through the goal early in the second period, leading it by a score of 1-0, but really a back and forth game.
Well, it's really kind of important now with these little adrenaline flows up and down, just for both coaches to keep their teams doing what they do. Don't lose what you are, what you do, and what you do well. I think it'll calm down a little bit more too, and have a little bit back and forth like we saw in the first period here.
Yeah, been more whistles certainly so far here in the second. Back across. Nanny a drive. Pad saved by Aarons and a big rebound, and the Trojans will golf it on out. And that's where you don't mind an icing, because they were definitely in harm's way after that big rebound. So we'll come right back into that Wayzata zone.
Yeah, it's been a little bit wild and crazy here. A little bit of a, well, fire wagon hockey, so to speak. We've seen some long passes, which we didn't see in the first period. Got some crazy shots coming in, and see if it settles down again.
Trojans control the draw. Lindstrand giving it right back, gets it back again, and a nice pass ahead, and out they come. Heising carrying it. Oh, puts it out front, and then they jab away at it. Ooh, and things get rough in a hurry in front of the net. Couple of guys squaring off down there. There's the 223s, Nanny and Hank Sorensen. Ooh, and Nanny is really mad. He wants at him again, even though the linesman was pulling him apart.
Garrett Waite, 17 for the Hornets, probably going to go too. A couple of nasty forechecks into the back. Jake, did we mention the fact that they don't like each other? We did mention that, didn't we?
Wayzata going hard to the net after it was loose. Follow-up try, and then you see things erupt in a hurry here.
223s, yeah. Got a little face rub from Tyler Nanny there.
And Nanny didn't want to let it go. He was pretty upset. And he came back hard at Hank Sorensen, who's just a freshman.
Well, Sorensen was in on his goalie, and I'm sure I didn't make him happy. Looks like they're going, but look to me like 7. Now watch 17 coming in here too, not Wayzata. Right here from Edina. Bang, 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 bang. He should have gone right on the back of Mark Senden. And Nettie. Well, isn't that special? Well, we'll see what kind of penalties. There's got to be at least one double minor in this whole deal, Jay.
Yeah, that went beyond the, your usual post-whistle shoving. I don't think we'll probably see fighting majors, but more than likely a double minor, I would guess. Now the question becomes, is it equal? Do we have just 2 and 2 for each guy and that's all? Or there were definitely some more things going on that, as you said, Dan, certainly could have been called, but let's face it, it's not always easy to keep track in the middle of that scrum, and you're not probably going to see everything.
Well, and a referee, after a while, I got to look at safety of the players. I got to get them broken up. I mean, you got skate blades down there. A kid goes down, he gets one across the neck. You got to get this thing broken up, settled down as quickly as you can. And so sometimes you're just not going to worry about calling additional penalties. I think the 2-referee system they've been working with here has worked very well for the State High School League. I think they've done a pretty good job. I haven't heard too many coaches complain about refereeing, etc. And I think they keep good control of the games. And these guys know what this rivalry is all about. I mean, you'd have to be from out of the frickin' country not to know that these two teams don't like each other. But they haven't posted anything yet.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to stay 5-on-5, so we'll have possibly double minors to each would be our guess, but we'll see. Maybe just minors. Chance for Fiddler, just wide, rebound try. And it does not go in, and now we have more breaking out. And this time another skirmish in the corner. Masterman mixing it up with Alex Stevens.
Oh, and there's a punch by Masterman. The glove came off. And another punch. Masterman and Stevens probably are going to go. They could be DQ'd here. Gloves are off, fists were thrown. Well, I can see the boys calm themselves down rather quickly after the first incident. Really wasn't much there. A good opportunity for Edina. Covered it up. Little cross check there, Masterman, and then that little extra chop on the goalie.
Yep.
And there's a punch. There's another punch. He rammed his head into the glass. There's another one.
Yeah, I think Masterman was upset because his head ended up hitting the glass when his helmet had come on without his helmet on. And that got him even more upset. And you see Stevens look like he took his helmet off on purpose there.
And he did ram his head into not the glass, but this metal rim there. Okay. Tonight the referees are going to earn their checks in more ways than one. You hear what song they're playing on the intercom here? Why can't we be friends?
Still going to stay 5 aside, so the penalties will be even up. And as you said, Dan, I mean, to me, those probably should be majors.
I agree. When the gloves come off and there's punches thrown.
They're going to get double minors again, roughing and unsportsmanlike as the previous ones.
I think at this point, hopefully the boys will settle down and play some hockey. They're playing some really good hockey, and you don't want to see it get interrupted by this stuff.
I think the fact that we had a pretty aggressive take at a goaltender at one end, then we saw the same thing at the other. Maybe that hopefully will mean, okay, we've each had our turn, and now we'll keep it a little cleaner. Sorensen carrying it in, flips it off the wall. The thing is, you just don't want to back down. You don't
you do want to protect your goaltender too, and that's where Malmquist puts it out front for Fiddler and knocked aside there, and the Trojans end up gaining control. Off of Sorensen's stick at center, comes bouncing back in, but they're offside. And we get a whistle to stop play with 9:44 to go in a very contentious second period here, to say the least, with about 26 seconds apart. We had a couple of little Donnybrooks breakout, double minors to each team in each case.
Well, you get these two programs together, of course, stuff like this is going to happen. And you see hockey tradition at its best, from the good, the bad, and the ugly, whatever. And looks like they settled down. They're going to play some hockey now.
Back out to the point and chopped down low. Sent wide of the net by Jake Molk there for Wayzata. Heising flips it back down low and sent around by Senden, but nobody there in a gold jersey. Hornets able to get it on out. It hops past Bowlby and then sent right back out.
Nice.
Little flip ahead. Good control there by Senden briefly, but Hornets break that up. Bowlby trying to get it out to center at least and get a change. Now the Hornets have to regroup. Over to Haug. Haug carrying it in, shooting off the blocker of Ahrens. Flipped up in the air and kept alive in the slot. Couple battles for it here. Turnaround try. That one's going to go wide. Now sent behind the net. Controlled by Carter Spindler. And this one's going to roll all the way down the rink. Tipped ahead of the Wayzata line and a misfire. A chance, a shot, and a goal. Waite puts it away and the Hornets tie it up.
This has been a different second period, completely different from the first period. Just throw the puck up the ice, kind of nice connection from long range, which is unusual for these teams. And Garrett Waite gets control of it in front and just buries it over the upper left-hand corner. In clean. These teams are playing so well defensively. Never expected somebody to get in that clean, but you know, a couple breaks, a couple long passes you weren't expecting, and all of a sudden, bang, we got a tie game.
Scoring for the Hornets at 8:32 of the second period, number 17, Garrett Waite. With the assist to number 7, Keeper Bellows, and number 2, Paul Meyer.
Bellows and Meyer get the assist, and Waite's first of the year. Now Wayzata looking to counterattack. Sent out front, but nobody home. And Edina turning it back the other way with Munson. Munson carries it in, nice little drop pass, and put out front. It's alongside the net, and Ahrens covers, and we get a little more pushing and shoving. This one breaks up much quicker, though.
A nice play by number 6 here. Watch him as they come across. Oh, it's already past me. He's stuck with his guy to keep him wide. Otherwise, the 24 would have been, or 22 would have been in on his own. A nice defensive play there. Good move by the Hornets. Got a good opportunity, and the door was shut.
Rash will face off with Senden here. As it goes to the corner, Hornets had it briefly. Molk sending it around, and Wayzata able to get it back out, but a solid check frees it up. And dump right back into Wayzata's zone there. Carter Spindler up to play it. He is knocked down. Seeing a little more third line and third D pair for both teams now. I think the fatigue sets in a little bit when you played, especially 2 nights in a row like this. And also you're a little short-handed in terms of bodies with 2 guys in the box for each team too.
We were talking earlier in the game too at this point. People don't see this, but coaches got to rearrange their lines. They got to figure out who's going to play with one another. And sometimes you get a bonus. All of a sudden a line combination clicks that you just kind of threw together for no good reason.
Back out to the point. Lindstrand keeping that one in. Save, and then diving to knock it away was Rocco. Trojans keep it in. Here's a shot. I think it hit Rocco's mask off of the stick of Billy Duma. Now Lindstrand floating it toward the net. It's blocked, and they keep possession. And
What? Offside?
Looks like he's calling offside. The puck did not appear to come out, did it? I'm not sure what Lindstrand's questioning right now. Here's another look at Duma's shot.
Nice
It hits
shot.
up high. I think it caught a piece of the mask of Rocco.
I think you're right, yeah. Nice and quick off the mask. Duma, one of those sophomores that we've been looking at. We've seen a nice array of some really talented sophomores and freshmen in the tournament.
Shots are just about even. Wayzata 18, Edina 17 here. A little over 6.5 to play here. Second period. The scoreboard now even as well, as the Hornets have just gotten on the board after we had some rough stuff in the middle of the period here. Puck freed up here. Wayzata trying to generate chances. They've done a good job of cycling the puck and forechecking this period. Now Malmquist controlling, drops it off. Here's the shot. That one's sailing wide. Lindstrand picks it back up in the corner there and tip back out to center. Hornets get control though. Sent across, trying to get it to Malmquist. This is going to be an ice though. And we will head back into the Hornet zone with 5:49 to go, and those penalty times are now, the players now out of the box. They had to wait for the next available whistle. So everybody out now, and kind of hope that they're not going to carry any lingering resentment to some of that stuff.
Don't put your next paycheck on it.
Yeah,
We'll see.
Exactly. Munson sending it ahead. Munson fights through a check to the front. Backhand try, and it goes wide. They didn't quite connect there. Just a little bit bunched up in the middle there.
Oh, nice back check by Billy Duma, the sophomore. He covered up that third wing that had an opportunity on it. Got a stick locked down and rubbed on his body so he couldn't put it in. Nice play by the sophomore.
The defenseman, Nanny, was down low, tried to throw it at the net, but that hit his shin pad. Now the pass tipped on into the corner there by Waite. Edina having a good shift here. It's loose out front, backhand to the goal. Munson found the puck on his stick, and he knew what to do with it.
I think Aarons is caught by surprise there, too, that puck ended up so clean in front of the net on Munson's stick. I see the backhand come out, too, which is unusual, but they had confidence in it. Brought it into the left-hand side up top. Yeah, Aarons was kind of surprised he went down a little too quick, didn't get squared up on it.
Munson had a pair last night, and he puts this one away for his third of the year. So Edina gets two straight in a little over 3 minutes to go ahead now 2-1.
You know, we've looked at this tournament, Edina playing too, and it's been, what, 10 goals now they've scored. You guys got two, but there's been a lot of Hornets that have scored. I mean, it's been spread out throughout this lineup, Jay. It hasn't been just one line or two lines. It's really been spread out among a whole bunch of kids.
Bellows gets his second assist. Waite gets his second point with the assist there on Munson's goal. First of the night for Munson, third of the year. And you're right, they just got good balance.
Oh my gosh.
Been kind of a strange one where we've had, you know, generally such good defensive play, but then couple of breakdowns and bang, there it is in the net.
Yeah. Well, we were talking, you make a mistake, and then either one of these teams, they're going to put it in the net on you. There's no getting around it. That's how good they are. That's a sign of two good teams when that happens.
Come back into the Wayzata zone after the icing call here, so the Hornets have kind of gotten the momentum back after Wayzata, I think, had taken it somewhat, although neither team has dominated for any stretch of this game at all.
It's important right now for Wayzata to get a push on. They need to get it out of their zone. They need to put a little pressure on Rocco.
And they'll lift this one back out, and this one, I believe, hit something on the way out. We'll come back into the Wayzata zone.
I got to tell you, Jay, I'm getting tired watching it. My gosh, it's been good pace. Even with all the rough stuff and all the silliness, it has been a up and down hockey game.
Malmquist will face off here with Jack Sorensen. Puck played to the corner. Malmquist able to come up with it for the Hornets and sent back around. Fiddler giving chase there. Big for it on the wall, and Edina able to control it for the moment. Fiddler knocked down and sent back out to center where Nanny controls it. Nanny, a smooth skater here, gets to the red line and then puts it into his own bench. And we'll get a whistle to stop play here with 4:20 remaining.
Well, it's a nice transition move from backward to forward, and he got accelerated right now.
Off the draw, it comes to the Edina line. Joust for it there, and this one's offside as it briefly came back out and then right back in. A little tough to get a flow, and we've had just a lot of whistles here in the second period. It's still been a good flow, but not maybe as good as the first.
Well, in this past 3 or 4 minutes, Edina's really clogged up the passing lanes. They're not allowing Wayzata to get any clean breakouts, etc.
Opportunity here for the Hornets, and then the stick blocked that pass, and now Wayzata looking to come back. Sorensen had it jabbed away. It goes deep into the Edina zone. Paul Meyer first to it. And nice breakout ahead to Fiddler. Fiddler fighting off a stick check here, carries it in, and then it's jabbed away. Then it comes right back toward Fiddler in the corner. Leaves it behind. Malmquist pass off Lindstrand's skate as he tried to set up Masterman. Malmquist spinning away, putting it out front, but a nice play to get a stick on it by Hemingway. Penalty coming up here against the Trojans. And that was ruled to not be control enough to get the whistle as they blocked that pass. Malmquist sending it across. Fiddler. And now Wayzata will grab it, and we get our penalty call coming up. This is going to be a slash against the Trojans.
It's kind of felt like the past 2 minutes has been, Edina's actually playing a little bit of keep away. When they get a hold of the puck, it's really hard for the Trojans to get it back in any way, shape, or form. And even when they dump it in, they're going down and going after it, like, you know, Miguel Fiddler lost the puck and he gets it back down in the corner again. I mean, look at this effort by Fiddler, though. He's getting hooked like all get out. Comes through, loses it on the poke check, continues through. Good support, goes back down the corner, he gets it again. This is a dangerous moment for Wayzata right here.
Duma for slashing at 13:45, our call. So 3 minutes remaining now in the period, and Edina leading 2-1 and carrying it ahead. Back toward the point, it's off target intended for Nanny there from Waite. Munson has it kick off his skate into the zone. Lindstrand goes over and gets to it, but the Hornets get it back. Munson with it. Now out front, fires just over the top of the net. Zolsdorf dropping it off to Nanny. Nanny leaving it as they interchange out high. Garrett, wait, a shot and a goal! Edina strikes on the power play and they lead 3-1.
Just a good forecheck by the Hornets there, and Lindstrand, they wouldn't let him have control of the puck. He wanted to get it out as quick as he could, but they were on him right away. Got the turnover, got the puck out to Waite. You can see the change over there. Waite just kind of rolling in and finds a hole. A couple Hornets in front. Munson, I think, was in front. Yep. Found the upper left-hand corner for his second goal of the evening, putting the Hornets up 3-1.
Scoring for the Hornets at 14:37 of the second period. His second goal of the evening, number 17, Garrett Waite. Waite from Nanny and Zulsdorf at 14:37.
Nanny and Zulsdorf will get the assist, and here's another quick shot by Rash, and Aaron's able to hang on, so the Hornets go up by a 3-1 count. The other penalties in this period were all coincidentals. This was the first true penalty power play situation, and the Hornets able to get it done.
Nicely done, too. Good puck movement and all of it. And remember, too, Jay, they didn't practice the power play at all. They're going to be scary when they start practicing.
Fiddler getting control here for the Hornets. Back to 5 skaters aside, but it doesn't look like it right now. And that one directed over the top by Ahrens.
Yeah, Wayzata's definitely lost a step here. That third goal, I think, is taking a little bit out of them. They need something to give them some jump, because they're kind of behind the play here.
Fiddler wins the draw. Slammed wide and then off onto the back of the net. Pulled off there. Stevens battling for it in the corner. Official telling him keep it moving, and they do. Patterson carries it up, leaving it over here now for Mahout. Out front, and Patterson is knocked down. They slide into the goal and goaltender. Don't believe we're going to see a penalty call, but there's going to be a face-off in Edina's zone. Now, Patterson was falling. Malmquist came sliding in. I think a good no call there. I thought at first maybe it kind of hauled him down, but no.
Trot's got to win this face-off. They got to play a little keep away themselves here for the next minute and 22. See if they can generate something. They've beaten roll call once. They need to do it again.
Freitag sending it back to the point. That one's picked off though. Masterman then jabbed away. Freitag's been pretty quiet tonight after he was pretty dominant last night.
Really. Excellent point. He really has been.
Trojans come up with it. Long pass tipped by Freitag, and he'll give chase. Under a minute in the period. We've got an Edina green glove laying out there at center ice. Hornets carry it on in. Malmquist fires. Where is it? Ahrens has it trapped in his equipment, and he tumbles out of his blocker there. I didn't think it had gone into the net, but you're kind of wondering for a moment, where is it?
We're both kind of waiting for the Hornets to start jumping up and down, indicating a goal, and it didn't happen, but that's a scary moment for a goalie. I'm always amazed at that when that happens, and that's where they go perfectly still. There's no panic, no shaky kind of jerking. They just go very still.
Yeah, the last thing you want to do is get all out of control and knock it in yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Goalies learn that, I'm sure, at a young age. It's one of the things that you have to do. Here's Waite controlling it now for the Hornets. Looking for Munson. Had a little trouble catching that puck, but plays it down to the corner. They circle it back. They've really kind of taken control of this one late in the second period now. Meyer shooting. Looking for a tip out front was Munson. It goes high in the air. Looks like we're going to stay inside the zone for the face-off, ruling that Wayzata got a stick on that one.
Well, the Hornets are demonstrating excellent puck possession. You know, it's part of an old Russian hockey truism. If other team doesn't have puck, they can't score. And they're just really dominating with it really well right now.
You got a lot of good accents there, Dan.
Yes. I live a very boring life.
20 seconds to go in the period here as the Hornets and Trojans battle for it along the blue line now, and sent back in deep by Bellows. And a good period here for Edina. We had a couple of scuffles earlier on, and Wayzata took the lead, but the Hornets have come back with 3 straight, so they're going to carry a 2-goal lead into our third period here. The championship game of the 2013 edition of the Turkey Trot Hockey Tournament. Right now, the visitors in green and gold are looking pretty good. Wayzata still got a period to try and catch up, though. 3-1 Hornets after 2. We'll be back with more of our live coverage here on 12 Sports from the Plymouth Ice Center.
Way to Go Sports is the way to go for high-quality brand name used sporting goods at low prices. We buy and sell quality used sports gear, so score some cash when you sell us your stuff or save some cash when you buy ours. We are a family-owned store with something for the whole family.
Way to go for used bikes. Way to go for used lacrosse gear.
Way to go for all sports.
And way to go sports.
And we sharpen skates too.
Way to Go Sports in the Golden Valley Shopping Center, where buying sporting goods is fun and affordable.
'Tis the season. Give the gift of perpetual renewal. A Simonson Salon and Spa experience. From pedicures to massage to spa packages, excite everyone on your list with a Simonson Salon and Spa gift card. For instant gift cards, shop Simonsons.com. email or print, and you're done.
Simon Sons.
In Maple Grove, Plymouth, and Anoka.
Edina after 2. Let's go down to John Jacobson.
Thanks, Jay. I'm with Wayzata head hockey coach Pat O'Leary. And Coach, you get the first goal there in the second period, and then Edina comes back with 3. Your thoughts on how that second period and then ended up?
I mean, we had a couple bad steps. They buried a couple pucks, and they're beating us to our own net, which is not good. We'll get our energy back up for third.
The play got really physical there in the middle part of the period. Do you like that when the guys mixed it up a little bit, or did kind of the emotions get the better of your players in some ways?
When things happen around the goaltender, I think both sides are okay with guys getting a little, feisty, but you don't want to be doing anything after the whistle that's not needed. We're trying to protect our guys and stuff. So, they're kids, and the energy of the game kind of gets it. When you got two good teams playing, and takes over a little bit. But I'm sure both coaching staff, I know we have, and I'm sure Kurt over there is telling guys settle down. We're two pretty good skilled teams. We don't need to be mucking and grinding all the time. So.
You've got a lot of experience on your team. You do have some first-time varsity players. How are they handling this first weekend with the atmosphere you had last night and then again tonight with a packed house?
I know, I'm sure they're liking it. They're good kids and they're going to grow. And, that's why we set the tournament up like we do. We get some good good competition early. And it's good for the kids to get into it right away. And, you want to ease them in, but at the same time, you want to show them what this level's all about and, test them a little bit and see if they can rise to the occasion.
You change anything up in the third period, try to put some more pressure on net?
I just think we got to execute passes and get pucks to the net. We've been, throwing the puck around a little bit. That's not really our style. And, give credit to them. They've been honest a little bit. So, we're just going to try to make some good plays. Hopefully we'll get a power play or something and get one going. And we're going to keep throwing pucks at their goalie.
Good luck in the third.
Thank you.
Pat O'Leary, head coach of the Wayzata Trojans. They trail Edina 3-1 after 2 periods in the championship game of the Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. More of our second intermission from Plymouth Ice Center after this timeout.
Osseo, Crystal, and Plymouth. Channel 12 is your local source.
Intercepted. This one looks like it could go for the touchdown.
Reed puts it away and Hopkins advances. Hello and welcome to a new season of Sports Jam.
Channel 12, your local source.
Welcome back to the Plymouth Ice Center after 2 periods. It's Edina ahead of Wayzata 3-1 in the championship of the 2013 Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. I am joined by Bill Abel. He is the manager of the Plymouth Ice Center. And Bill, it still seems like a relatively new building to me, but it's the 16th year of operations for you already here.
Yes, it is. Yes, and it's been doing well every year. Nice crowds, large association, a lot of heavy use here. So. I believe we're actually one of the larger, busiest facilities in the state of Minnesota at the high school and youth levels. So,
when I got here yesterday, there was some youth girls hockey going on, and that went on through the evening. Even right now, the JV championship for this tournament going on, along with youth girls hockey practice. I imagine, especially during the winter, you are busy a lot of the time, 7 days a week.
It is busy. Actually, there's 4 out of the 7 days we open at about 6:30 in the morning. And generally in the evening, we close at around 11:15, 11:30 in that time. So we're closed a good 6 hours or so every night. So.
How about the rest of the year? Do you have to do much marketing to get to use that ice time to pay to keep the lights on and things like that? Or are you busy enough with hockey and adult leagues and broom ball or whatever else we might have going on here?
Well, we do have to manage the spring, summer, fall time of the year. It's not as busy as this is. We don't have nearly the spectators. We do have a lot of summer camps and clinics that are very, very good. But some of those in-between times, it takes a lot of advertising, a lot of sales skills to get people in here, because those are the hours that you need to sell and need to keep busy. We do remove one of the 3 ice sheets for about 3 months during the summer, and we may keep that on this summer, but we need roughly about 125 hours in order to pay for that self, because it costs so much to refrigerate during the summer months. So we're close to keeping all 3 ice sheets on during the summer, but it is a push at some times to sell some of that ice in between, and that's the important ice. This time of the year, I probably could sell another couple sheets if I had it. It's that spring, summer, fall. That's the time that you really got to get people in here. So.
I mentioned it's 16 years old. Any major renovations or things coming up in the building here?
Well, we're looking right now. We have a grant in to Hennepin County Sports Grant. We're seeking some funds that might help us build a training facility and attach that to the kind of the rear of the building. We have a lease agent that's looking to do training for all sorts, not only hockey, but baseball, football, soccer, all sorts of training. We're also looking at, we did order a new Zamboni. It will be here in, I think, about the end of January or February. That's all electric, of course, so that runs about $122,000 for that piece of equipment. So. But we will be selling our old one. So along with that, we're looking at some capital improvements coming up in a couple years. In about 2015, we might be looking at redoing some of this ice sheet from sand to concrete, maybe looking at refrigeration systems, some of that type of stuff. So.
Well, it sounds like you'll have a busy winter. Bill, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you very much.
Bill Abel, the ice arena manager here at the Plymouth Ice Center, and Jay and Dan, looks like they'll have a Zamboni for sale for a couple of months if you have some extra money laying around. Well, we are going to come back with more of our second intermission and the third period of play in the championship, the Turkey Trot Tournament. Edina 3, Wayzata 1. More hockey from the pick after this timeout.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life.
Channel 12's Community Corner puts the spotlight on your corner of the northwest suburbs.
We want to talk about some things happening around the city of Maple Grove.
New Hope's rinks are officially open.
This is the spot for the Golden Valley Rotary Club.
The City Council worked really hard not to have a tax increase.
You can instantly upgrade your wardrobe with a few simple accessories.
We're in Golden Valley today doing a little recycling.
Rediscover your corner of the northwest suburbs every day on Channel 12's Community Corner.
Welcome back here to Plymouth Ice Center. Edina has taken control of this one here with 3 straight goals in the second period after Wayzata had gotten on the board first as we look at our second period highlights. Puck thrown out front, the shot on goal trickles through, and then finally sliding it across was Luke Patterson for his first varsity goal for Wayzata early in the second, but then he had a little rough stuff here in front of the net, first at one end and then at the other, and things got fairly heated here. The 223s went at it, and this one, Hank Sorensen and Nanny. And then another look here at the other end, saved by Aarons. They keep jabbing, and then that things get pretty nasty here between Stevens and Masterman. Here's the Edina, though, tying it up right there as Waite had the puck come to him out front, and he's able to bury it. And then Munson, a turnaround backhand try there, swings it by Aarons. And then they got a power play goal later on as Waite, with traffic in front, able to slip that one past for his second goal of the night. And the Hornets lead it now 3-1. You see they have outshot Wayzata 22-18 and 10 scoring chances to 4. And obviously the penalties piled up a little bit more in that second period. Our third period is on the way next year. The championship of the Turkey Trot Tournament is on the line. Edina holding a 3-1 lead over Wayzata.
intercepted. This one looks like it could go for the touchdown.
Reed looks it away, and Hopkins advances.
Hello and welcome to a new season of Sports Champ. Channel 12, your local source.
Way to Go Sports is the way to go for high-quality brand name used sporting goods at low prices. We buy and sell quality used sports gear, so score some cash when you sell us your stuff or save some cash when you buy ours. We are a family-owned store with something for the whole family.
Way to go for used bikes. Way to go for used lacrosse gear.
Way to go for all sports.
And Way to Go Sports.
And we sharpen skates, too.
Way to Go Sports in the Golden Valley Shopping Center, where buying sporting goods is fun and affordable.
'Tis the season. Give the gift of perpetual renewal. A Simonson Salon and Spa experience. From pedicures to massage to spa packages, excite everyone on your list with a Simonson Salon and Spa gift card. For instant gift cards, shop simonsons.com. Email or print, and you're done.
Simonson.
In Maple Grove, Plymouth, and Anoka.
Osseo, Crystal, and Plymouth. Channel 12 is your local source.
Intercepted. This one looks like it could go for the touchdown.
Reed looks it away, and Hopkins advances.
Hello and welcome to a new season of Sports Champ. Channel 12, your local source.
Welcome back here to Plymouth Ice Center for Channel 12's coverage of the Turkey Trot Tournament. We'd like to thank our telecast sponsors, Malmberg's Garden Center and Nursery, Simonson Salon and Day Spa, and Way to Go Sports. And thank you for joining us for the tournament this year, and pre-Thanksgiving this year. And most weekends, or most years, it's been on Thanksgiving weekend. This time, a little different setup, and I think these teams we're eager to get out here. It doesn't matter when it falls on the calendar. This is a weekend that they really look forward to and really will help their teams. All the coaches that we've talked to, both on and off the air, Dan, have talked about that, how this is going to help us, whether we win it, whether we don't win it, just to see what we've got. It's a great dress rehearsal, if you will, this first weekend.
Oh, absolutely. And you're coming off of 2 weeks of practice, and you're really tired of hitting each other. And you want to play a game, and now you put them in a scenario where they're playing good hockey teams. They're not playing a team they're going to beat 10-0. Of course, Edina had an 8-0 last night, but they're playing a really good team now. So it's a great tournament, a good timing.
And we are underway here in period number 3. 5-on-5 to begin the third. It is a 3-1 lead for Edina. Nanny avoiding a hit from Freitag. Then Olsen able to pick that pass off. Pops up in the air, and Nanny able to glove it down and play it to the corner. Then he loses it. Sorensen tapping it back behind. Fiddler gaining control here for Edina. Masterman carrying it up, lost it, sent back in, and bounces into the glove there of Rocco. Meyer controlling for the Hornets. Malmquist trying to avoid a check there. Sliding it ahead, Fiddler carries it in. Trying to send it toward the net, then the second try it slips all the way through. Nanny plays it down deep into the corner, and
Now Malmquist out front, shot, and a pad save by Ahrens on Masterman. And Zimmer coming back the other way. Zimmer waiting for help on the other side, trying to put it out front, but broken up by Fuss for Edina. And Nanny will lift it to the weak side to relieve some pressure here and head off on a change. Hemingway gaining control for Wayzata. Zimmer at the blue line, playing it down low, looking for Senden. Alongside the net, now they put it out front, broken up there. I think you get the feeling, Dan, that Wayzata feels some urgency to really have a great start to this third period.
Well, Jay, they do. I mean, they last 5-7 minutes of that second period, they were down. They didn't have a lot of jump. Just like Coach O'Leary said, they needed to establish just some jump right now, which I think they were doing. But I'm also watching Edina, and boy, I tell you what, in front of their net, they're really covering that slot big time.
Nice block there by Heising, and it comes back out to center. Turn and dumped back in by Foley. And comes loose. Munson out front, and Ahrens comes up big. A point-blank chance.
Boy.
That's how most of Edina's goals have really come, where it seems fairly harmless, and then a little play that doesn't work out right for Wayzata, and bang, it's out front.
You make a mistake against the Hornets, you're going to end up on the losing end of that proposition there.
Munson trying to fight his way through Molk's check. Back out to the point, but kept right back in. Now off the end wall, centering pass. It's alongside the net. Hornets still putting some pressure on here. Garrett Waite controlling, turns, sends it down deep for Munson again. They're just doing a great job keeping possession here in the offensive zone, wearing Wayzata down.
Well, Wayzata got about a minute inside the Edina zone here early in the period. Now it's been all Edina.
Carried by Hemingway. Drops it back, quick shot, and Rocco the save. Now sent out front, and he's able to pounce on it and force a face-off here. 13:54 to go in the hockey game. Hornets up by 2. Wayzata getting a chance right here, though.
They're getting it up top, and we kind of missed on it, but they're going to need more than one shot here. They're going to have to win some face-offs in here, keep some possessions, create some opportunities.
There's a face-off win and a pass.
And got the rebound.
Tip loose, and now down low with it is Olsen. He sends one on goal, and that was a little sneaky shot. Pad save there again. Wayzata buzzing right now. Sorensen to the front, and Zimmer couldn't find it. It was behind him. And tap back out, but a start of a good shift there for Wayzata.
And I'm surprised there were a lot of Wayzata bodies standing in front of that net. Usually they're going to get knocked down by Edina. If that continues, Wayzata is going to get a good opportunity.
Yeah, if you're Edina right now, they've still been playing good, smart hockey, but I think they have to guard against feeling that we're protecting a lead. That's 13 and a half minutes, a long time to do that.
Yeah, you know, good point, Jay. Don't play to maintain. Keep playing the way you've been playing. It's been working for you. Don't change anything right now.
Malmquist drops it back. They give it right back to him. Malmquist on the backhand. Ahrens the save. And looks like the net has come off.
Malmquist kind of came off too. By gosh, got bounced. But no, that's great. Do that. That's what you've been doing well. Go after that net. They've been very good at it, as you pointed out earlier here. They keep at it. Don't change the game plan yet.
Meyer sliding it across. Nanny couldn't quite control it. Sends it to the corner. Picked up in behind. Masterman trying to center it. Back to the point and around. Nanny at the top. Leaving it for him. And Masterman got it back. Nice hands. Lindstrand has to lift it out to relieve the pressure out to center. And here comes Freitag controlling it. Little drop there. It's off Zimmer's skate. Or make that not Freitag, but Mahut. And a battle for it along the wall there. And probably a smart play to let go there. It looked like a little bear hug, and Meyer realized this doesn't look so good. I better kind of just drop my stick and let him go.
Even so, Luke Patterson had position on that puck. He should have really gone for that puck. He really didn't make an effort once he got in between the player and the puck.
Heising controlling it here, but not for long. He is run off it there by a strike, and the Hornets send it back in.
Wayzata coming up their left wing side here. Floated to the corner by Sendon, but Edina getting to it. Mismatch. And pumped right back out. Hornets have done a good job of breaking the puck out. I mean, they've rarely really been trapped in their zone for any length of time tonight.
Absolutely.
Back across it comes to Foley. And a solid check at the blue line knocks Sendon off balance there. Pop into the Wayzata zone. The more that it goes, you know, the more minutes that tick off when it's like this, just kind of back and forth, not a lot happening. Obviously, it favors the team that's in front right now, and that's the Hornets.
I'll remember what happened in the last game here. It was a 2-goal lead, and all of a sudden it disappeared pretty quick. So, you know, it just takes one shot. Don't give him the opportunity, and that's what Edina is doing exceptionally well here.
Ooh, mismatch is clobbered, and a nice follow-up try, and Ahrens makes the save as Hank Sorensen threw a big check. Oh, and then some hitting picks up again along that wall, sent back in. They let that one go through, and Edina keeping it alive, and they'll just push it back down deep again as Bellows gives chase, and came back toward that weak side. Munson trying to jam it in. Banked ahead, Freitag giving chase here with Pugh. Freitag getting possession. Drops a pass back for Olsen. It's knocked over to the corner. Olsen tied up but spins away from it and gets it out toward the point but couldn't connect there with Spindler. And the pass broken up. Munson able to steal it out front. Shot and just wide. Another turnover forced there by Edina nearly resulted in a goal. Mahout digging hard the other way. Fires a shot on, and from stick to glove there, Rokal will hold on.
See a beautiful opportunity. Munson here coming through and just getting it out front, and just missing on it was Bellows. As I recall last night, he scored one late. Kiefer Bellows did. But I'll tell you what, Wayzata right now, they got to get two guys on the puck in the forecheck. Like you said, Edina's getting out of there way too easy, and they're winning all the one-on-one battles. Example right there, Nanny just said, that's my puck, and I'm taking it, period, end of story. They got to have some fight back here and say, nope, that's going to be my puck tonight.
No ice here. They'll chase it back down behind the Edina net. Nanny battling for it with Mahout. Ooh, his stick got up into Mahout's face, and I think we're going to get one. Yeah, we're going to get a slash.
Just a little too much here. That was enough. Let it go, and then he does it again right there. And again.
So Nanny's going to go for a slash, and not a great penalty to take right there. It wasn't as though he were stopping a scoring chance or anything.
I remember Holy Family down 3-1, and they got a power play, and guess what happened? They got it back within one goal.
Zimmer with it after the face-off. Really big opportunity here with the man advantage for Wayzata. Zimmer into the circle, drops it down low. Freitag pushing it out high to Stevens. Now Stevens will get it back. Freitag, that one deflected wide. Now he gets it back. He's going to try and bring it out front. Knocked loose there. Zimmer comes away with it. Zimmer turns and zips a shot. Glove save Rokal, and he will hang on.
I don't think this is going to work, Jay. I don't think you're going to attack from the side. You're going to have to get it up top and get a straight shot with two guys in front of Rokal right now. I mean, there isn't a good angle there. There isn't too many openings, and Edina's D is covering both ends. You're going to have to get it up top.
Hornets able to clear it all the way down here. Aaron stops it, and he'll swing it over for Stevens. Minute 15 to go on the power play for Wayzata here. Time becoming a bit of a factor here. A little under 9 minutes to go. They're down by 2 goals. Stevens turns, sends it down low. Jack Sorensen trying to put it out front. It pops in the air, and a swinging goes alongside again. Sorensen trying to gain control, and now does, but couldn't get a shot away. Out high to Stevens. Back for Sorensen across. Patterson looking out high. Stevens. And a stick save. It hops over the goal. Trying to clear it, but unable to do so was Zolsdorf as he goes down. And the Trojans able to maintain possession in the offensive zone. Stevens a shot, pad save.
Nice.
And the rebound laying loose. And then Freitag bumped a little bit by Fiddler there. I think he was trying to draw a penalty, and they're not going to buy it. So face-off coming up in the Hornet zone.
Just another good power play. They got good opportunities. They got a guy in front of the net. It just isn't going in.
Half minute to go in the power play here for the Trojans. Heising comes away with it for Wayzata. And nice play to tip that one. Munson just kind of baited him into passing it back to the point.
Great call, Jay. It's exactly what he did. He baited him unbelievably.
Down in the corner, Masterman willing to give up his body to eat up some time there. Now the Trojans looking to break it out. Penalty is just about over. Heising trying to find it in the skates. Chop back out. Penalty to Nanny is over. Hank Sorensen back to gather for Wayzata. So they got some decent opportunities out of it, but not able to put anything on the board. And kept back in by Edina. Olsen on the back check, able to stop a shot attempt there. And Foose will knock it ahead to Masterman. Pushes it into the corner here. Olsen and Munson go for it there. And now Munson comes out of there with it, and just off the bench looking for the pass was a strike, but a little behind him. Olsen controlling for Wayzata, and he's going to lift it on out, and it hits Munson. Looked like he was going to go off on a change. Good discipline to not jump off the bench by the next player there. That could have been too many men. He realized the puck was going to come right to Munson, and he waited. That's a heck of a play over there. Zimmer coming forward for Wayzata. Zimmer fires, stick save. Zimmer gets it back. Looking out front. Tries to turn and shoot, but it's blocked. Mahout comes away with it. He fires that one off the side of the cage. Gets it back again. Trying to put it out front. But a nice play defensively there by Bellows. And tipped into the Wayzata zone as Edina looking to finish up a change there. Casey Dornbach swings it toward the net. Dornbach got a goal last night in their opener against Holy Family. Now Mahout controlling it here for Wayzata. He's been out there for quite a while. Shot was blocked, and that one hurt. Zolsdorf, he is down in the corner in some pain. Not sure where this one hit him, but he definitely
He
was
found
hurting.
a spot where the pads aren't covered. That's for sure. It happens every once in a while. Every hockey player will tell you that just that one. I blocked 15 of them, and all of a sudden that 16th one finds that spot, and it's like, ow.
Here's a look at it. It might deflect up into his, maybe, I don't know. I thought it might have hit him.
Got him right
alongside the knee, maybe?
About the kneecap right in there. There's a spot where the pants separate from the shin pad when you bend down like that. Found the hole. Early in the second period, Alec Hemingway, by the end of the second period, got hit there. In about the same spot, too. You could see him going off the ice.
I guess the good news is Zolsdorf telling him I can stay on the bench at least, so some hope of possibly playing again tonight. Though a lot of times a puck like that, it hurts like mad at first, but isn't necessarily a long-term thing.
Well, and you want to take another shift as soon as you possibly can to keep it loose, too, because the bruising will stiffen it up. Just keep it moving, and you'll be fine. You can put ice on it at the end of the night.
Sorensen and Fiddler will face off here. Sorensen winning the draw, but Edina gets to it. Can't get it much beyond the blue line, but then they get it right back. Malmquist controlling, and he's going to loft this one on in. Wolf back to play it out to the point, and a shot hammered wide by Paul Meyer. Fiddler will play it down to the corner. Malmquist controlling. Works his way back out. Nanny at the point. Fanned on the first try. Then had it knocked down, but then he broke it up on the way out. Malmquist will get control here for the Hornets. Sending it in off the skates of Fiddler, so no ice there. 5:05 to play in the third. Edina 3, Wayzata 1 here in this Turkey Trot Championship. And tapped back in here by the Hornets. Lindstrand. And a penalty coming up. He was hauled down by Fiddler, and they're going to call it. So Edina gets a puck back, and now we get our call, and it is going to be a trip going against Fiddler.
Fiddler knew it too. He went right over to the box. Wasn't wasting any time. Let's see it coming up here. Just got it down there, and you got to maintain control of that stick. You got to know what it's doing. Got to call it every time. And boy, this is big for Wayzata.
One of those that he obviously didn't mean to do, so it's hard to really get on him too much, but it was definitely a trip. He got it into the skates, and it cost the puck to be turned over too, so you really can't ignore it.
No, you can't ignore it, but it's on skate to it. Just don't stick your stick out there. Skate. That's what that penalty is about.
Hornets able to clear it down and get a little bit of force Wayzata to regroup and bring it up ice here. 4.5 to play in the hockey game. Kind of a must score here, I think, maybe for Wayzata. Here's Sorensen coming in, shooting, and into the midsection of Rocco, and he will hang on.
Boy, big mistake there. I'm sorry. Yes, you have the middle, but set this thing up. You're not going to get a straight shot on roll call and get it by him. He hasn't been beaten clean all night, Jay. Set this up, move it around, get some bodies in front, hope for a tip or a rebound.
Sorensen and Almquist on the draw. Sorensen's been good on faceoffs here tonight.
Yes, he has.
Lindstrand trying to send it down toward the corner there, and now Sorensen will get it. Tries to skate through Nanny's check. Zimmer had a chop loose, and Nanny gets control and able to send it down. Lindstrand will start from behind his cage here. Freitag falls down at center ice. Boy, they're having a little trouble getting it going. Now they do. And they'll send it into the corner and give chase. Nanny, though, gets there first. Sends it all the way down the rink. A little frustration, I think, for Wayzata right now. Just not able to get much going. Off a skate, and Meyer gets to it, and he's able to, well, not quite clear it. Oh, but then it comes out. So a whistle here with 35 seconds remaining in the power play for Wayzata, and it hasn't amounted to a whole lot as of late.
Coach, I agree. I agree with that.
Trojans controlling it here as Olsen brings it into the zone here on the power play. 20 to go with the man advantage. They nearly collide there. And puck popping out to the blue line and held in. And that pass goes all the way through everyone. Hank Sorensen playing it in behind the net. And Bellows will get to it, and it just gets away there from Waite. And then Aaron's clearing attempt hits him on the way out. Wayzata not able to get it done on that power play, as now Edina back to full strength, and carrying it is Foley. Shoots it wide here.
I'm just going to say something here about Edina, Jay. They're really good. They're really good. They're playing like veteran defending state champions. Doesn't look like he lost all those seniors, but they're just playing really good, smart hockey. Look at them control this puck. They're just not letting Wayzata get a sniff.
Trying to bring it alongside the net here. Under 2 minutes to play. Pass coming back behind the net, and yeah, they're just cycling the puck, controlling it. Here's a chance, and that one will trickle wide, and we get a whistle to stop play here as the net has come off, it looks like.
This has all been 5-on-5.
So a minute 44 to go, and some folks starting to head for the exit a little bit here, as not seeing a lot of signs that Wayzata is going to get many more great chances here. Obviously, it's still possible, it's still doable, but Edina's been able to bottle them up and been able to limit chances, limit really good chances anyway. Malmquist down to the corner. Here's a shot. There's a shot blocked by Lindstrand. Then he couldn't find it in skates. Hornets continue to maintain possession.
But just a complete team, a complete effort. I didn't think they could, but they actually got better from last night too.
Freitag flipping it over. Here comes Heising. Heising, backhand pass, broken up. Nice job by Zolsdorf, and then the net has come off as going hard to the net was Mahut there. And so a minute 8 to go. Wayzata's pulled their goaltender here, got a 6th skater out there, and we might see a timeout taken here, I suspect. I haven't seen a signal yet, but it sure wouldn't surprise me if we did. Yeah, maybe not.
You know, I really don't know if I would.
And they've got Aarons back in the net right now, too.
Yep.
Because that faceoff was at neutral.
And they didn't have Jack Sorensen taking the faceoff.
And breakout pass is blocked. Heising a shot. That one is blocked. Another good job with, you know, they able to, even after a turnover, Edina does a solid job getting in the way of this Heising shot and taking pretty much all the steam off it before it got to Rocco. And now we see Wayzata taking a timeout with 56 seconds to play here in the hockey game, and I'm sure they were pretty jacked up to come in and hopefully for the, win their tournament on their home ice to start the season, but still got 2 very good quality opponents this weekend, and it's a very long season. They're going to have a lot of great teams on their schedule along the way, and you can't let yourself get too disappointed to lose. It's going to hurt.
No.
It's going to hurt tonight, but then you move on and get ready for another good opponent.
No, this is where, as a coach, you can walk in that locker room and just say, guys, lesson learned, no harm, no foul. We got 23 games left. And you know what? They really don't count for these guys until they start the sections. That's big time for these guys because they expect to go to state. That's where it's going to count. Get some experience here, learn, etc. So, and last year, title game, same 2 teams. What was the score? 3-0. So we got a goal improvement. So I think Pat O'Leary isn't worried about this. He's going to lose 1 minute of sleep over it. Some kids got some valuable experience against, frankly, Wayzata had the toughest road in this tournament, basically, with that overtime, and then tonight playing against a very, very good Edina team.
Wayzata will get back into action at the Champlin Ice Forum against Champlin Park on Tuesday night, and then they're going up north next weekend to play Hermantown and Duluth East.
Well, there's a couple of teams that traditionally are really good. Yeah, the one thing I really like about the coaches that we've talked to during this tournament now too is like, boy, they ain't afraid of nobody. They'll go out and they'll play the best teams they can possibly get. And I think that's great.
Some jousting going on between Olsen and Bellows there, away from, toss the centerman out of the circle and see if that settles it down. Wayzata with 6th attacker out there and tried to swing it over weak side, and the goaltender Rocco intercepting what was really a pass over to the weak side, and clean glove catch on that one. Wayzata doing the right thing here, trying to get bodies and throw it at the net. Off the draw, they're able to win it. Stevens chase back, sends it down low. That pass broken up, but he's able to get it back. Stevens swings it across. Lindstrand firing. Oh no. And that one hurting Dylan Malmquist. Looks like he's going to stay out there, though.
Got a boy, Dylan. Man up, big guy. That was a heck of a nice block. Oh.
Robert's going to come out to take this face off.
So just 25 seconds to go in the game. Wayzata trying to see if they can't get one at least and make it interesting down the stretch. And bank back out though to center. Lindstrand back to control it. Malmquist giving chase on him. And tip back into the Wayzata zone, and that should about eat up the rest of the time. Malmquist sending it out front. Trojans bank it to center, and we've reached the end of this one, and the Edina Hornets come out to swarm their goaltender Andrew Rokel as they will win the Turkey Trot tournament here with an impressive showing here tonight. I agree with you, Dan, that last night obviously they looked good in scoring 8 goals, but considering how tough an opponent they played, might have played even better game tonight.
Yeah, I really think they did. They really showed total control, neutral zone, defensive zone, and attack zone. They play well together. They know what to do in situations. They can shut you down pretty much anywhere on the ice. They understand puck control, and they just make plays. I'm sorry. And Wayzata looked pretty good. They got, I think, 2/3 of this game they did okay. But they learned a few things tonight, and we'll see how it happens. They get them, 2 more times? We'll see what happens then. Good early meeting for both teams. I think they all got a lot out of it. Great tournament. Just a great tournament.
I think there's safe to say these will be 2 of the better teams all season long in Class AA this year. Yep. We're going to take a quick break, and we will come back with more as we put the finishing touches on the Turkey Trot tournament. The Hornets win it 3-1. We'll be right back to Plymouth Ice Center.
Way to Go Sports is the way to go for high-quality brand name used sporting goods at low prices. We buy and sell quality used sports gear, so score some cash when you sell us your stuff or save some cash when you buy ours. We are a family-owned store with something for the whole family.
Way to go for used bikes. Way to go for used lacrosse gear.
Way to go for all sports.
And way to go sports.
And we sharpen skates too.
Way to Go Sports in the Golden Valley Shopping Center, where buying sporting goods is fun and affordable.
'Tis the season. Give the gift of perpetual renewal. A Simonson Salon and Spa experience. From pedicures to massage to spa packages, excite everyone on your list with a Simonson Salon and Spa gift card. For instant gift cards, shop simonsons.com. Email or print, and you're done.
Simonson.
In Maple Grove, Plymouth, and Anoka.
Welcome back here to Plymouth. The Edina Hornets celebrating a championship. John Jacobson out there in his fancy shoes to give him a trophy. 3-1 victory for the Hornets. And Dan, great tournament as you said here. And the point that the coaches kept bringing up to us when we talked to them too was just, this is where we find out what some of our new players have. What is going to be the makeup of our team this year? What are we going to be like? And you can't simulate that in practice. In front of a full arena against a good opponent is really the best and only way to really find that out.
There's practice speed, and then there's game speed. And it's a big difference. Yeah, you get the adrenaline flowing in practice. But in games, it's a whole new ball game. You go to another level, or you don't. If you do, you got a good chance of, making varsity and all that bit and contributing to the team. This is what this does. Plus the fact this tournament forces you to go to that level. You can't, sit back and play patty cakes because you're not playing a very good team. You got to play good all the time for every shift. That's the great thing about it, and it's been fun watching it. They enjoy it too. They want to play good games against good competition.
And Edina certainly played very well both nights, and a couple of their guys that had some really good tournament action standing by now with John Jacobson.
Thanks very much, Jay. I'm with Garrett Wade and Cullen Menson. And Cullen, talk about this tournament and the weekend and the 6 periods of hockey you guys played. How did you feel about how things went?
It was great. We played hard. We outworked our opponents and came out with 2 great wins. Good first 2 wins. It was solid.
Talk about tonight's game. You're playing a familiar opponent. You're going to play them a couple more times. Packed house here. What's that like, second game of the year?
I mean, they're a great team. 2 great teams going at it. It's a good first weekend for us to learn from, and we'll take this and go back and practice what we need to work on and go from there.
You got some young guys who haven't played a lot of varsity hockey before, and also some experienced players. What did you learn, you think, about your team this weekend?
I learned that we can play hockey, and we're going to be a good team this year, and we're going to compete in every game, so let's go from there. Yeah.
Congratulations. Good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Garrett Waite, another guy who contributed big to the 2 Edina wins. And early in the season, it's not a state championship, but an early season tournament championship. What does it mean to win this for you guys?
It's just good to get the season off started with a win in the tournament and just go from there, I guess.
How about the competition tonight from Wayzata? Did you get what you expected from them?
Yeah, we expected a really tough competition, and we just wanted to outwork them. But we started off a little slow, but then we just kept going, and it helped and worked out.
Tell me about last night's game. A slow start a little bit on the scoreboard, then you put in 8. How much confidence did that give you guys coming into tonight that you can score and put some pucks in the net like you did in that second period here?
It just raised our confidence a little, and we just kept the momentum going from last night and just kept going.
What areas is this team going to be strong in the rest of the season?
I would say defensively and a little offensively in our quick transitions.
You showed that here this weekend. Congratulations. Good luck the rest of the year.
All right, thanks.
Well, Edina winning this tournament for the 2nd straight year, and Dan and Jay, they look strong tonight. A 3-1 win over Wayzata. Let's send it back up to you to wrap up the tournament weekend.
Thanks, John, and the guys, excited to win this tournament. I think they come in, and obviously, as we've talked about, expectations are always high at Edina. They come into the other team's building and just really outplayed them in most phases, or maybe all phases of the game tonight.
We're Edina. Get ready to play hockey, because we're going to come at you and play hockey the way it's supposed to be played. It's fun to watch. Like them or not, you got to respect their program. And Wayzata does, obviously, and they're trying to establish themselves as a program that says we're Wayzata, and you better come to play tonight because, we're going to be ready. They're pretty close, but again, it's early. We'll see how this ends up at the end of the season. The Wayzata hockey team that started out last year was way different than the one that ended up in the state tournament, as well as the Edina team. You remember they started out hot and they got a little lull in the middle and had some trouble and picked it up for the tournament. So this is a good start. It gives them a good showcase, gets them into high school hockey with the big crowds. Okay, let's move on. Let's see what goes on now.
Edina won the JV tournament as well, beating Maple Grove 2-0 in the championship. Again, earlier tonight, Maple Grove with a thriller. They saw Holy Family rally to tie them up, and then they got one with 2 seconds to go to win the third-place game. So Maple Grove takes third. It is Wayzata second, and Edina again taking the championship here with a convincing victory over Wayzata. We hope you've enjoyed all the action, and thanks to our Great 12 Sports crew, for Dan Ficken, John Jacobson, and all of our Channel 12 crew, I'm Jay Wilcox. Good night from the Turkey Trot Tournament here at Plymouth Ice Center, where Edina claims the championship 3-1 over Wayzata.
Thank you.